maybe just initial reaction to that. Was it expected? You did have a standout season, but there was some close competition.
No, 100% not expected. I think Hayley was incredible. Anya was just outstanding. I mean, with the amount of goals she can kick and the amount of goals she could have kicked that she'd given off. And I also think Driscoll was outstanding, and I thought she would have polled higher. So definitely not expected, that's for sure.
What has this season meant for you? I know that it probably wasn't the outcome that you wanted as a collective, but it was still a pretty emotional one, as we saw.
Yeah, I mean, it's highs and lows, obviously. We had a lot of fun this season, even though the win-loss draws stats, but it's a couple of lows with Juddy obviously retiring and Trent leaving. They're a massive impact to the club, and it's going to be sad to lose them.
You heading into this season, we know what standard you can reach. How did you sort of see your game as far as trying to improve and build on that?
Yeah, obviously I'm always looking to improve, and I think I had a bit of a slow and steady start. But I think that's, our team was a bit slow and steady, so that's impacted all of that. So hopefully we can start a little bit better next season, and say with myself, hopefully we go from the way we finished and hit the ground running at the start.
Where do you see the improvements needing to be made on, maybe to start with your game, even though you came away with the award, but you're always wanting to be better, and then also where do you see the improvements as a team coming from?
Especially for myself, improvement comes from spread. I know that I'm a good contested player. I mean, I've shown that, but to be a better player, and that's what I strive for, is to be more of an outside ball game. And Trent's ground that into me this season, and it sort of impacted in the last half, and hopefully I can continue that into the next season. And I think our game will come from our young players next season, and hopefully they got a bunch of games this season and they can rise next season.
You spoke about Trent before. What's the impact and legacy that he's left on you as a player?
Probably more than words can leave. The guy is incredible as a person. First and foremost, he is a great guy and probably will be a friend for life. As a coach, he's probably taught me more than anyone has taught me, and made me strive to be a better player than anyone has ever taught me. He's given me a lot to think about, and I appreciate him so much for that.
And is it special to maybe win this award on Juddy's last season as well?
I'd rather her be up there than me. I think she's a better player than me, and I would always say that. I am very grateful to be able to be on the ground with her at the same time, and probably more than she'll ever know, and I'll never tell her that, apart from right here, right now. But she's an incredible player, and her legacy will 100% live on, and I'll make sure to tell everyone that, absolutely everyone that.
Looking back on the season, was there a standout game? I know that maybe it's hard to talk about your individual sort of performance, but was there a game that you reflect on that you went, I actually probably ticked a couple of the boxes and KPIs that I wanted to get done?
Nah. Personally, look, I had ups and downs. I think probably the last game was probably my best game, maybe Adelaide, but I think to be fair, the last game was just for Juddy. I'd do anything for that girl, so maybe she should continue to play and say it's her last game, and I'll have some rippers. So yeah, hopefully she will.
A few people externally have, sort of mentioned that you might have actually produced a better season this year than you did in the season you won the league best and fairest. Where does that competitiveness and constant drive come from for you?
I'm just really stubborn. I was obviously a bit disappointed with my first half of the season, and I kind of wanted to get back to the person and player that I was, and that's a kind of competitive beast, and I was down on that. So I sat down and spoke with Trent and said, let's get back to what we know the player I am, and get back to that, and then my game will grow, and that's kind of what happened.
And it may seem like an obvious answer, but it's merely a formality of a question. Are you playing on next year?
Yes, for sure. I love Freo, and I wouldn't play anywhere else.
So, given this the week you guys have had as a playing group, are you comfortable with the decision that's been made on Trent?
I love the guy, and I would love to be coached by him again in the future maybe, but the club know what's best for the girls, and I'm excited to see where we're going.
So do you think you guys can bounce back with a new head coach at the helm, and you can continue to produce your best form under someone you haven't been coached by yet? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, the girls that are there, we're a good group of girls, and I mean, for the season that we've had and we've grown from now, I can't see us going any further but up from here.
And who have been some of the players that have excited you and you think can take the next step next season?
Anya getting third best and fairest is incredible. She hasn't even shown the way that she can play. I mean, training, she's just the best player on the ground by far. And then young girls like Ola O'Lally, the Irish girl that came with 1 week of pre-season and just played after 2 weeks of being in Perth. She is going to be an outstanding player. So let's go with the Irish.